It ain't doing nothing. This thing's locked up tighter than a constipated truck driver. I was gonna break it on camera. Oh boy. This one's been sitting a while. Look at that air filter. Unbelievable. It's a yellow John Deere seat that is not cracked. Holy moly. All right, let's see this thing up. First check. It ain't doing nothing. This thing's locked up tighter than a constipated truck driver. Well, one of the first things I noticed, you know, I like careful visual inspection first. So we all saw this air filter out here and we know that that is wrong. So let's pull it off. This air filter should be short and should go between here and here. I'm gonna show you something else I noticed. This muffler, these bolts are not even tight. See, that's even loose right there. I think this is totally the wrong engine for this machine. The other thing I noticed, that muffler is blowing out right here. If this thing was running, that should be black right there. I noticed the wrong muffler. I know this is the wrong engine. Let's take a look at the oil. And look, it looks brand new. Look how clear that is. And it doesn't smell like gas, I know, because I smelled it. So upon further inspection, I get to looking at these belts, and of course I knew that. I figured they would. See how frayed up they look? But look, that tensioner, this thing ought to be moving some. I think that's about froze up right here where it pivots. It's gonna need some belts. So I think the first thing I need to do, number one, let's get this thing out of the way. We're gonna pull this engine cover off, and we'll also take a look underside, because I don't know, I got a feeling maybe this engine isn't locked up. I don't know. Maybe they put the PTO clutch on, didn't put a spacer on, or did something wrong, and maybe that's got it locked up. Let's find out together. Welcome back to Rayleigh's Small Engines, your Get to the Point channel. I'm T-Bone. Now here's another indication. Wrong engine. Look, this one doesn't even have the solenoid, the anti-backfireable solenoid thing. You know what I'm talking about. So I went ahead and pulled the bracket off that keeps the PTO from spinning. It mounts right up under here. One bolt, really simple. And figured if I was gonna break it, I was gonna break it on camera. I got my 3/8 air gun. It ain't budging. So I got the big dog. I figure if I'm gonna break it, let's break it on camera. Big boy, get it out. Oofta. I am sure. Oh yeah, this is stuck. Wait, here we go, here we go. That was lucky. Yes, sir, she's been sitting a while. Look all the rust up under here where the belt goes. Yes, I already got that cover off the back, but next we got to get under here and get this, get this PTO belt off. See if that pulley's gonna slide off. So 1/2-inch pull handle. I think I said PTO belt. I meant to say hydro belt. Let's see. Golly, unbelievable. How do they expect? Look, I'm bending the piece of metal and the doggone pulley. Don't you just love working on old rusty stuff? Yeah. This long bracket down here, it is bending. The belts are stuck to the metal pulleys under there. So what's T-Bone gonna do? I'm gonna cut the doggone belt off of it. We gotta replace it anyway. Moses, sandals. Glad my finger wasn't down there. Believe it or not, somebody put anti-seize on here, and I got the pulley, it just slid right off of my fingers. Look at the rust. Now, let's go ahead and remove that spark plug, and we're gonna know if this thing is truly locked up or not. I just wanted to be sure that they didn't have something binding under here. Ooh, it wasn't even tight. And of course, the wire was already off. Being this isn't the right engine. Ooh, boy, that was barely even in there. All right, throw it on the floor. Will she turn? Nope, of course not. Well, while I was under there, I noticed the 4 bolts that hold the engine to the frame, they're different. So I know it's been replaced. I mean, there's too many obvious signs. So I'm gonna pull the 4 bolts, fuel line, unplug the wiring harness, da-da-da. We're gonna pull this out. Let's take it apart and see what's wrong with it. So we know this engine is way smaller than what's supposed to be on here, wrong muffler and all that. And this one don't even have an oil filter, but I'm gonna try not to make you dizzy. Up under here, I have another engine. And I don't remember what's wrong with it. It's been under here for years. You can see right there is an oil filter. This bracket right there kind of tells me it might have come off a John Deere. So we may be rebuilding that one. I don't know. Yeah, I forgot to drain the oil. That's all right. Let me drain that right quick. We're going to pull this apart. All right, so buckle up, Buttercup. This is going to go quick. I mean, quick. All right. What did they do here? Ugh. Oh, let's get an airline going here. Oh, one more thing. Intake. Intake carburetor. Just let it hang right there. It'll be fine. Trust me. I can't get to that one. These ain't even tight. Over here. It fell on the floor. I'll find it later. It's done. Bring you right on over here. Hold on, y'all bear with me. Not worth going any further. Dang it. So I put that engine over there on the shelf. And now we've got the other engine from the junk pile under the counter. It's been sitting there for years. November 20, Christine's. I don't remember who Christine is. So the most important thing is measuring this crankshaft. Will it work? So the tag says broken rod. Let's look at the crankshaft before we go any further. Going right up there, about 3 1/8, 1 inch diameter. Let's go check the other one. Look at there. That's cool. That's cool. Uh-oh. Now let's see what it does. It said broken rod. Something's broken there. Kind of sounds like a rod. Let's tear it apart. So we're going straight for the inside. Let's see what's happening in there. Right up into the meat of the thing. Hold on. I did drain the oil a minute ago. It was nasty. There's the rod. It's broken. Oh my goodness. Look at the inside of that thing. Holy moly. Yeah, it's broke. Well, you can see the tar coming out of it. There's the government. There's the cam. Oh, look. The compression release is broken also. So it's going to need a camshaft. So those parts are down in there somewhere. Sorry about the wobbly camera. Kind of doing this one-handed. They're twisted brigs. There's all kind of pieces, parts, man. There's stuff everywhere in here. Holy Moses, you know what? At least I think that, well, we turned it from the flywheel side. At least that's not froze. We got some major problems. I just propped my flashlight up there. Well, there is the compression release laying right there for the camshaft, right there by the lifter, tap it, hit you mo thingamabob. And then if you look at the crankshaft journal right up in there, yeah, that's bad. Oof. This ain't gonna be cheap. Well, you see what we're dealing with. We don't know about the piston or the cylinder yet. We know it need a rod, crankshaft. You know it's going to get rings, possibly a piston, and then gaskets and seals and whatnot. So we're going to make a decision. Cost of a new engine, cost of parts, labor, time, and then we don't even know if the hydros worked. While I was under there, I found a locked up spindle on the deck. So it's going to need spindles. It's going to need belts. This ain't going to be cheap. Yep. Briggs and Junkum. You know these cams always fail with those bad compression releases. It's scrap. It's junk. So, I mean, do we put the money in this or what? I don't know. Then I was rooting around in the back and I found a twin cylinder Intech. And it was ran out of oil. I know that because that's what I wrote on the tag. I measured the crankshaft diameter and length, and guess what? Ah! My doctor watches this channel and he wonders why my back hurts. So, can we re-ring this thing and get it back with some compression? It was ran out of oil. It does turn over. Y'all leave this down in the comments. What should I do? Because keep in mind, on this John Deere, we don't know if the hydros are any good. We do know the belts are bad. We know the spindles are locked up. Man, that's a bunch of money to put in this machine. Y'all let me know down in the comments. Appreciate you watching. I'm T-Boner. This is Rayleigh's Small Engines. Thanks for watching.